What if I told you that the secret to solving the world and having peace and reducing our carbon footprint was in this video? You'd be intrigued, right? Well, it's not completely true, but it is partially true. A really big thing that is often overlooked sometimes is our contribution as a regular person to our carbon footprint. We always think that it comes from big corporations and flying planes and driving 18-wheelers and diesel trucks. And while it does, there are still some really significant things that we contribute to as citizens in our everyday life that if we decide to stop doing them as much, we would have a better tomorrow. Of all the people in the United States, around the average person, they have 19 pairs of tennis shoes and a fully grown foot. 19 pairs of shoes. That's enough to wear for almost 3 weeks without having to repeat the same pair. Of those 19 pairs per American citizen, over 300 million pairs end up in waste sites annually. Doesn't that sound crazy? 300 million pairs of shoes are thrown away every single year. I'm not a mathematician, but I can definitely see how that could become problematic. It doesn't account for outliers. Obviously, we know that some people are going to have 1 pair of shoes their whole life, 5 pair of shoes, 30 pair of shoes, 90 pair of shoes, no pair of shoes. Either way, 300 million pairs is a lot of shoes to be throwing away. So why do shoes even matter? They do and they don't, but let's talk about why they do. The average shoe takes about 30 to 40 years to completely degrade in a waste site. And some soles can take up to 1,000 years. Not human soles, tennis shoe soles. 1,000 years to degrade. So if we're having 19 pairs of shoes in our lifetime and every year we throw away 300 million pairs of shoes, what does that look like on a timeline? If they take 30 to 40 years to degrade and there's 300 million every year, there's no way that will ever be possible to make up for this. Still not getting the picture? That's okay. Did you know that while it takes 30 to 40 years for a shoe to degrade completely into a wasteland, that it actually takes or is equivalent to 100-watt light bulb being lit for 7 days straight, 7 cycles of 24 hours on 100-watt light bulb is equivalent to making 1 pair of tennis shoes. And if everyone in America has an average of 19 pairs of shoes, what does that even mean? Math is hard, but it does seem like a pretty high number. So, how is us stop buying shoes going to change the world? Well, it won't completely revolutionize right away, but over time, like most things, it will get better. Let's say the average goes down to 5 pairs in a lifetime. How would that affect the amount that end up in dump sites? If we're going 19 to 5, and I'm just spitballing here, maybe we could go from 300 million to 150 million or fewer. And 150 million shoes less than what we already have in dump sites will allow time for the current shoes to degrade and eventually the shoes that we're currently contributing and will contribute in the future, while it won't fasten the process, there will be less shoes taking up less wastelands. Our carbon footprint is oftentimes something that we overlook, It's not our job to save the world. Well, it kind of is. This is a small thing that we can do to help ourselves and the people to come after us. Reducing our carbon footprint through buying less shoes and having less shoes end up in dump sites because it is so inevitable that it will take forever to degrade can help us in the future. So do your part, stop killing us, and stop buying so many shoes. I have 3 pair that I really like, and I think I make them look good. Thanks for listening, guys.